They say silence is peaceful, but in Hollow Creek, even silence has a sound. It's the sound of a bell that never stopped ringing. A reminder that some things in this world refuse to die. On the far edge of town stands Hollow Creek Elementary, a half-burned brick building swallowed by ivy and dust. Its playground rusted and still. 25 years ago, during a spring afternoon, a fire broke out during a school play. The flames spread too fast, the exits locked too soon, and 17 children never made it out. Their bodies were never recovered. Only their names carved into a stone that no one visits anymore. After that, the town shut the school down. They boarded the windows, locked the doors, and tried to forget. But every night, when the clock strikes midnight, the old bell at the entrance begins to ring. Even though there's no wind, no electricity, and no one inside. Jack Miller, a former cop looking for quiet work, took the night guard job without believing a single ghost story. To him, the place was just another abandoned property, one paycheck away from being demolished. The townspeople warned him, but he laughed it off, saying he'd seen worse things in the city than a few local legends. His first night was calm until midnight. That was when he heard the bell. The sound rolled through the empty halls, slow and heavy, like someone was counting time from the other side. He stepped outside, saw the bell swinging violently on its frame, though not even a leaf was moving in the air. When he climbed the ladder and touched it, the motion stopped instantly. The silence that followed was so deep it hurt his ears. He laughed, forced himself to think it was gravity, or maybe the metal contracting in the cold. But when he tried to sleep later, he could still feel the vibration of that bell inside his skull, steady and rhythmic, as if it had moved inside him. The second night, Jack brought his phone to record proof. He wanted to show everyone that it was just a trick of the wind. The halls felt colder than before, and his flashlight barely cut through the fog forming inside the building. When he reached the old classroom marked 4B, he noticed something strange. Every desk was covered in dust except one, and on the blackboard, written in fresh white chalk, were the words, "Field trip tomorrow. Don't forget your permission slips." He touched the chalk line. It smudged soft and new. Then, behind him, a small voice whispered, "Mr. Miller, are we still going?" He turned sharply, expecting an echo, but instead saw small shapes standing in the corner. 17 figures, child-sized, their clothes burned and their faces blackened with ash, eyes glowing faintly blue in the dark. They smiled at him the way children smile at a favorite teacher. One of them spoke again. The bell rang. "Mr. Miller, we're late for class." He stumbled backward, dropped his phone and ran, slamming into doors that seemed to close by themselves. Every hallway he entered felt longer than before, stretching into shadow.
And through all of it,
he could hear the bell again, louder, faster, beating like a pulse under his feet. When he finally burst through the main door, the night was silent once more. He looked back, but the bell was perfectly still. By morning, Jack wasn't laughing anymore. He went to the town library, looking for old reports, trying to find anything that made sense. Buried under years of dust, he found a yellowed newspaper clipping dated March 25th, 1998. It read, "Fire at Hollow Creek. Elementary claims 17 lives. One survivor, Ben Turner. Age 10, Jack. Found an address for Ben now living alone in a broken trailer on the edge of the woods. When Jack met him, Ben looked hollow. His eyes restless, hands twitching like he hadn't slept in years. Jack asked about the bell. Ben's face went pale. "The bell still rings," he whispered. "They never left. They think class isn't over." Jack asked how he survived the fire. Ben's lips trembled, and then he smiled in a way that didn't look human. "I didn't," he said quietly. "When the bell rings again, you'll understand." That night, Jack returned to the school. Maybe it was guilt, maybe stubbornness. But something in him needed to finish the story. He brought holy water, a small cross, and a hammer. He locked the gates behind him and climbed the tower to the bell. Midnight came fast. The bell began to swing on its own, the metal glowing faintly red. Jack shouted into the darkness, demanding it to stop. The laughter came from everywhere at once, dozens of voices. Small and distant, overlapping in an awful melody. He looked down from the tower and saw them again, the children. 17 burned silhouettes staring up at him with shining eyes. One stepped forward, a girl whose skin was cracked like porcelain. Her voice was soft and cold. "You came back to teach, right?" Jack tried to move but couldn't. His body felt heavy, frozen in place. The girl lifted her hand toward the bell, and the others whispered together. "Class isn't over yet," Jack screamed. But the sound was swallowed by darkness. The next morning, the deputy found Jack's flashlight lying under the bell tower. His name tag was melted, his phone shattered. The screen frozen on a recording that showed only static and faint children's voices. The classroom door of 4B was open for the first time in decades. And on the blackboard, written in neat white chalk, were 4 words: "New teacher, Mr. Miller." The town sealed the building again. But the ringing never stopped. Every midnight, the sound drifts through Hollow Creek, slow and distant, like someone calling attendance from the other side. Some say if you walk past the school at midnight, you can still hear a man's voice mixed with the laughter of children, repeating the same quiet words, over and over, "Class isn't over yet."
Hello dear viewers, how was this video, and kindly send your feedback about this and what you have learned from this. So kindly tell me. This was all about the children who was the student in this school and 2 teachers who was died. Okay, Allah Hafiz.